start. There's no question he will have been nervous. You have your own individual locker rooms here. It's a very different feel, this tournament, compared to all of the others on the ATP World Tour. You've got to get used to that. And this, of course, the first time that he's qualified. Oh, what a wonderful shot that was. Both players similar, Robbie, in the back of the court, given that the forehand's slightly weaker than the backhands.
Yep. I'd probably say Stans is a little bit more solid. Thomas likes to flip that forehand cross-court a lot, inside in. Watch out for that pattern of play.
What else do we need to keep an eye out for tactically?
40 love.
Well, I think watch how well Wawrinka spreads the court, going from one corner to the next. That's a pattern of play that's honed on the clay courts in Europe.
And that pretty much is the perfect start. It only took him a minute and a half to hold serve.
Of course, his backhand.
Love 15. Left for service.
No tournament victories for Berdych this season. 3 finals: Marseille, Dubai and Bangkok.
15.
Why no trophies, Robbie?
There's a guy called Rafael Nadal who's been playing pretty well this year. He's cost him a lot of money in the Masters 1000 events, Jason. Semi-finalist there on 4 occasions. I want to say he lost him in Indian Wells, Rome and maybe Cincinnati. So that's been a tough one for him, given how well Nadal's played. Best season probably of his career.
Yep, good.
But he does get
13,
a little tight
15.
in the big moments, and I think, you know, that's probably a reason why he hasn't been able to get over the finishing line.
Yeah, because you know, can drop down, play a few of the smaller tournaments. You would expect somebody of Berdych's talent to be able to get his hands on 1 or 2 trophies a season at least.
Left for service.
Lost to Songa in the final in Marseille, Djokovic in Dubai, and Raonic in the final in Bangkok. Beginning of that Asian swing there.
I was there at that tournament, and Raonic played really well. I was very impressed. Talk about coaching changes, coaching matchups. It's been a good one as well. Ljubicic and Raonic, you know, definitely playing better since he brought Ivan on board.
It's a brilliant return. Not a lot on that serve. Pretty short, pretty central, and dealt with appropriately.
Yeah, nice short backswing. Body weight's moving forward.
40, 30.
That's the key. That's how you generate easy power.
Good serving. His favourite deliveries have a little bit of slice on them. So he's going to like to go down the tee as he did there when serving to the left court. He likes the slider out wide, which always works well on this court because the ball stays nice and low as it's moving away from opponents. So we'll see plenty of that from Berdych this afternoon too. But always nice when you can hold your opening service game.
Wait. The ball there.
Have you seen a more aggressive attitude when stepping up to the line from Wawrinka this season as well, Robbie? Going for the first serve more?
A little bit more, yeah, because he always had a good serve, hasn't he? But, often he's just gone with the fast kicking serve.
Love.
So strong on the upper body. Doesn't have a languid, long, fluent service action. But boy, he gets some good pop.
40
See, not too dissimilar from a guy like Nika Almagro, Chase.
Yep. And similar backhands too. But I mean, I was so impressed when I was courtside in Estoril earlier this year. And I watched him demolish the field, including Ferrer in the final. The quality of his single-handed backhand is exceptional. And you can't really see that on TV. It's such a shame. But if ever you get the opportunity to see him play live, just go sit courtside and just appreciate the quality on offer.
Kind of like that.
He deals with the high ball very well too. And that's why this surface kind of plays into his hand. He's not going to bounce too high. And he's going to be able to get a good hit through the ball as he did there. 2-1. Chris. That's a nice shot. So, of course, we're in our 5th year here, and we're slated to have at least another 3. And the possibility of 1 or 2 more, hopefully, Robbie.
I hope so, because I think the venue becomes iconic once you've had it there for a number of years. It takes a bit of time to build up that history. Kind of like your Madison Square Garden did back in the day when we used to have the Masters there. And of course, every year you're able to tweak it, make it a little better. And it's tough when you just keep moving the venue around. You can't really fine-tune the event to make it perfect, can you?
And of course, Europe works well because you're just coming off the back of the European indoor season, aren't you?
That's true. So travelling's not really an issue for the guys. Everybody was in Paris last week. It's a quick Eurostar hike across, or if you're Novak or Roger, you're just taking the private plane.
Of course, next year, though, we will have an additional week in between those 2 events, which will certainly help.
That certainly will, especially from a PR point of view.
15.
Be able to conduct a lot more interviews, do more press, all the players.
Yeah, build the tournament up. Plus, of course, Paris will be stronger. Players will be able to win that tournament, then have a few days off, then practice, then compete here.
Players have big entourages this week. In fact, it's the 1 week where pretty much everybody close to them is in attendance.
It's almost a celebration of the season, isn't it, for family and friends and coaches. Don't always travel week in, week out. There's Thomas Krupa, but you know, always get the parents, you always get the relatives, you always get the boyfriend or the girlfriend. A couple of cheap points off the forehand in this game for Wawrinka.
40-30.
Best to set her over, of course. Thomas's girlfriend looking really suited and booted at the gala evening on Saturday night. Straight out of GQ, the two of them.
Okay. Berdych.
That was a nice swanky event, that, wasn't it? So that was at the Natural History Museum.
2 games on.
Of course, it's so nice when all the players can go there. Next year, they'll be able to, given the week off in between Paris and London. But they're a pretty decent-looking couple, those two, aren't they? Some good genes there. Nice gene pool. So, honours even after the first 4 games. 2 apiece.
It's another area of this game that's improved a lot. He's been afraid to move forward. So he's been both a little more aggressive from the back of the court. Of course,
15 love.
he had the courage of his convictions to come in as well, which is so important against players who defend so well these days.
Love.
That's a lovely serve. It's not a very easy motion to try and get a lead on.
40 love.
Normally Wawrinka does have a really reliable second serve. He hits it with a lot of kick, whereas Berdych, on the other hand, hits with a bit more slice. And when he gets a little nervous, that's a shot that can hurt him. He can serve a fair few doubles, Berdych. But Wawrinka usually is pretty solid. That's his first of the match. That's a lovely combination. The pattern of play works well, and he deals with the first ground shots in the rally as well as he. Thomas Berdych against Stanislas Wawrinka. No breaks as yet, midway through the opening set.
Love 15. First service. All right, 15 all. All 15, 30.
So a little half chance here for Wawrinka, especially if Berdych can't make a first serve. He's only made 47% so far.
Left for service.
He's missed a few of those now. And I guess a sign of tension in the arm. The weaker shots break down if you don't have watertight technique.
7 unforced errors for Stan. And 4 have come from the forehand side so far.
That's an edgy second serve. That if you're going to miss it, you want to miss it long or wide. Your coach will always tell you you've got to hit up at the ball, you've got to be aggressive with the racket head speed, and then you'll be okay. The spin will bring it in, but you don't want to be messing around with the net there. So what a chance for Wawrinka. Berdych, of course, wants to be absolutely sure, given the importance of the points. And you can see him there just gesturing about the ball toss, not happy with it at all. That ball does miss by quite some margin, relatively speaking. And that game pretty much gifted to Wawrinka, who now leads 4-2 first set.
Wawrinka leads 4 games to 2. Mr. Berdych has 2 challenges remaining.
Important game for Stan now to back up the break. First couple of points, vital.
Love 15.
First point that Wawrinka's dropped when he's got that first serve in play.
$15 all.
It's a nice combination. That little slice serve just gives them options. First shot of the rally.
13-15.
Could have made good use of the open court there by going cross court, but you're up against a tall opponent, a large unit. You can always go back behind them. Not easy for a tall opponent. Doesn't matter how well they move, how athletic they are, to turn around and maintain their balance. That's good depth. Berdych's looking a little uncomfortable out there so far.
40-15. 40-13. Left for service. Again, Wawrinka.
Good serve. And another important holds, having just broken. That gave him an opportunity to really assert. Most of the players will travel to this event with closest members of the family. Mum and Dad's there. Dad's with the slightly greying hair there, sat next to his girlfriend. It's a nice move. And he really is a chip off the old block. Thomas looks very much like his dad.
Of course, Dad was a train engineer. Mum's a doctor. And this guy really excelled at junior level.
30 love.
The 12s, 14s, 16s. He won the prestigious 18 under national title in the Czech Republic, which produced so many great players.
Funny though, initially when he started then to try and break into the pro ranks, that was a bit of a hindrance rather than an advantage, wasn't it? Because he was very confident, perhaps overly so, and he didn't work particularly hard in his first couple of years on the tour, did he?
Yeah, of course, and remember, it wasn't soon afterwards he won Bercy, and he thought, well, this is going to be a plain sailing. And of course, you know, when he didn't bring the intensity to the match court every single day, his results were like a roller coaster, weren't they?
And that's something that's improved dramatically in the last, what, 2 or 3 seasons. Much better attitude now, works harder on a more regular basis. His base level of play, therefore, has improved. So we haven't seen much of that today.
15.
Unforced errors. That's 3 doubles now. Not enough first serves. Only made 8 of 22, 36%. And as a result, he just hasn't been able to dominate the rallies as he would normally like.
Okay, Berdych.
It's always a lot easier for Berdych when he gets that big first serve in. That's important. A big point like that. First point of such an important game. Go with the serve that you know you've got the best chance of making. That's the little slider there. And of course, in this matchup, it works perfectly. Right to the Berdych forehand, which is the weaker of the 2 returns. Intelligent tennis from Wawrinka there. Some lovely variation there too. Berdych going the wrong way. It's not reading the serve at all. 130 miles an hour, so it's not the biggest serve on the tour, but when you vary it like that, keep your opponent guessing, it's just as effective if you can hit your spots.
Oh, brilliant from Berdych. What incredible power at full reach. double trouble here. Boom.
30-15.
He's hit that first shot of the rally really well so far. It's allowed him to implement his aggressive game plan right from the off when serving.
14-15.
2 set points.
For me, sir. Mr. Wawrinka changed the call left baseline. The ball is called out.
Mohamed Laani said, yep, for me it's out. It did look out from our vantage point. So he just wants to be sure, given it's set point.
Yeah, call stands.
Can't take him with you.
40-30.
Just set back in the pocket there. Didn't attack that forehand. I waited for it to come to him. It's not the kind of Swiss Davis Cup captain, alongside Magnus Norman, who of course is Stan's coach. Once again, step back to hit the initial forehand instead of moving into the court. So sometimes when you're under a bit of stress and you are nervous, you go back to your default setting, which a couple of years ago for Stan would have been to step back into the court.
You mentioned earlier that it handles the initial nerves well. Not in this game, since reaching set point. Here's a break point. He went after it, didn't he? Was that the right play for you, Robbie?
Not really, no. If you are going to go after it, go hard cross-court. Go up the middle of the court. Go cross-court.
Especially considering how tight Wawrinka's got in the last 3 points, you make him play there.
Got to.
That's a great second serve initially, and then he did attack those forehands.
Much better. Whenever that body weight's going forward, folks, you'll always make a cleaner strike. Remember that at home if you enjoy your club tennis.
Advantage. Wawrinka.
Third set point. Well, he was living dangerously. That second serve must have skidded off the back edge of the line. And, you know, again, when you've got a bit of additional tension in the arm, it becomes a little more difficult to excel in even the most basic of areas. Coming into this game, he was serving very well, making a high percentage of first serves. Now he's only made 2 of his last 8 first serves. So he's giving Berdych an opportunity to hang around in this opening set. That's more like it. That nice, simple, but highly effective combination. Let's give Wawrinka another opportunity to seal this opening set. Berdych read the change up very well there. Beautiful return.
Deuce.
Just didn't get it short enough up the block. The reflexes were good. Good enough.
One of the few times in the match that Wawrinka took a bit of pace off the first serve, used the kick out, it was only 114 miles an hour, but Berdych read it well. That's a good second serve. It's been a relatively quick set so far, but this by far the longest service game, and of course you could argue the most meaningful, the average as far as his service games are concerned. This opening set only just a minute and 47 seconds. Gets it done in the end. Too many unforced errors from Berdych throughout the set. Some poor serving led to his death.
$15 love.
It's a shame, but I really like the way that he structured the points, and I think that's something that's improved throughout the season. His ability to dominate rallies with the forehand without making mistakes. The backhand's always been world class. I think the additional confidence that he's got from winning more matches has certainly helped that cause, and new coach too has instilled a little more confidence in him.
$15.
Needs to get off to a much better start in this second set and try and find a way to build up the confidence. And of course, that has to come from finding more first serve, surely. I like the body serve.
14-15.
Be careful, don't be too quick.
Doing well there, playing to his strengths, using patterns of play that he knows work for him.
First game,
He has to try and find a way of dominating more Took one for the team there.
Love 15.
Of course, it's worth mentioning, Robbie, this round-robin format and the fact that wins in straight sets worth their weight in gold dust, aren't they?
That's probably one of the only tournaments where you do get a bit of bonus action.
15 all.
It's just in case there's any kind of count back at the end of the round-robin group stages. You know, it goes on matches, one win-loss record, sets, 1 points, 1 percentage of those. And you don't want to get involved in that. All sorts of complications.
Yeah, start to get out of your control, and that's never nice.
No. It's always nice to move through to the semi-finals, having won all 3 matches. Get a bit more pocket money as well.
15.
A few more ranking points and pick of the bunch in the semi-finals.
Now 30 all. Left for service.
It's a little cheap, isn't it, given the circumstances?
40, 30.
Nice bonus for Wawrinka.
And the preparation and the execution is one of the best in the business.
And he did well, because midway through the rally was some great defence from Berdych, and he had to start again, so there was no panic. And of course, that's... Shane made the distance easily enough.
A nice change up there from Thomas.
Yep. Of course, Czech Republic will play
15 love.
Serbia in the Davis Cup final in Belgrade week after these championships are finished. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage for someone like Berdych or a Djokovic, as far as these championships are concerned?
I think there's enough time between this event and the Davis Cup final, Jace. I think if you look at both sets of teams, they really value it. They're up for it. Just decelerating every now and then on the forehand. It's
30
a dozen
love.
unforced errors of the forehand side for Stan now.
Thirty, 15. It's
improving his numbers all the time. He's made 6 of 9 first serves so far in this set. Remember, initially served poorly. He was making very few first serves.
Left for service. 40-30.
Well to pick that ball up. It's not easy when it's that low and you're that close to the net. You've got to make perfect contact, get enough spin to get the ball up over the net and then down into the court.
Oh, you've got to whip up the back of it, got to make thin contact, like Jay said. Beautiful stuff.
Advantage. Wawrinka.
Break point.
Deuce. Advantage. Berdych. Left for service.
There's another one. And again, it's into the net.
Deuce.
And again, it's a sign of nerves. You're not quite generating enough racket head speed. You're not hitting up the back of the ball or through it enough. It's 5 double faults now. That's more like it. He is making more first serves, but he would still love to improve the numbers further still.
Berdych. Okay, Berdych.
You can't argue with that. Better serving just in the nick of time.
With 15 love.
Hasn't missed many of those today.
15 all.
Has let him down occasionally, but the backhand has been pretty good. That's very sensible tennis from Berdych. Just dropping the ball lower than the height of the net when he saw Wawrinka come in out of the corner of his eye.
15,
Very difficult to do anything with that first volley. The speed of the court here is such that as an opponent, you're always going to get a second bite of the cherry then. Back yourself to do something with the ball to draw the error.
Out. 30 all.
Some decent purchase of the court as well with the kick serve. And then Mr. Berdych's a big guy and just got that one up high enough, made it uncomfortable.
He's hitting the ball fair rate of knots there. So not a lot of margin for error. It's given Berdych
30,
a chance.
40.
Sensible tennis under pressure. You try and break down your opponent's weakness.
Deuce.
What an intelligent smash that was. It was an awkward one. It wasn't quite high enough.
Advantage, Wawrinka.
Plenty of slice always gives you control.
Just enough for the volley.
Deuce.
Cannot ease that high backhand volley. One of the toughest shots in the business.
Too many of those today. Just doesn't have great feel on the ball.
Box. Okay. Wawrinka.
He's getting some nice purchase off the court with that big kicker.
Uh, 15 love. Thirty love. 40 love.
That's a good shot selection on the volley. Short angle always works well on this court. Ball stays a little lower. Lovely feel.
Forty, 15.
Nice length initially off the return, and that's a lovely combination, isn't it? Deep and then short.
Okay. Berdych.
Raise his game a little bit so he could get it done in straights. I mean, Berdych definitely there for the taking this afternoon.
Stop. Mr. Wawrinka changed the call. Right baseline, ball is calling.
And there was no hesitation there at all. Mohamed Liani has overruled it a couple of times. And that was a good challenge. It was well out. Wawrinka's not happy that Mohamed didn't overrule that.
30 now.
Enough space there for him to overrule.
Doesn't matter if you've got the challenge system, right? I mean, you know, why don't the players have the responsibility? So, yeah, you can't have it both ways. Wawrinka would be disappointed if Mohamed started overruling his shots at the far end of the court and he had to challenge.
It's about 3 centimetres out at last one on the baseline. 3.2 to be exact.
40 love.
Swiss fans in fine voice. Beautifully done. Best service getting for a long, long time. That's utterly dominant from start to finish.
Left for service.
Shame. That's the right play. Opponent's coming in and you...
Thirty love. Forty love.
Good service. making a high percentage of first serves here.
Using much better width than his Czech opponent.
And a much clearer game plan. 80-85% of the backhand's going cross-court, only going down the line when he feels he's in a good position, that he can be aggressive and not miss that shot. So that's a game plan that we can all learn from, and that's Wawrinka's best shot, so he's not taking undue risks there with it at all. He has been using the forehand nicely to spread the play as well. It's a lovely combination. Good accuracy on that little approach there.
Stan did have an opportunity early on in that rally to go up the line with his backhand, chose not to. Allowed Berdych to get back in the points.
Berdych has dominated the longer points. It's an interesting stat, because beginning of the match you would have thought Wawrinka would have been the more comfortable of the two. Long rallies from the baseline, Berdych trying to keep the rallies a little shorter. Now in a world of trouble here. 3 break points. He's tried that backhand down the line on a couple of break points now and missed with it.
15-14.
It's a risky strategy off the first serve, isn't it?
It's one of his favourites, especially when he goes with pace.
Still break point. That is big serve.
Changing the ball, right near side, the ball is called in.
That's why I was talking about that return when he had the 40-love lead there, missing it. Sometimes you think when you're up in a game like that, you've got 3 break points, that it's okay, you've got a free point, you can do what you like. Doesn't matter, you've got a couple of break points still to come, but he's the best in the world.
Mr. Berdych
Doesn't always pan out that way. Back to juice now.
Advantage, Wawrinka.
That'll be cause for concern in the Berdych camp. He's not able to get the break here. Oh, what a backhand. Absolutely superb that strike, and what a hold from left 40 down.
I think
4 games on. Mr. Wawrinka changed the call, left near side, ball is called in.
$2.1 million in prize money this year for Stan. A good chunk of that has come as a result of that backhand.
What percentage?
Ball stands.
66.6 recurring.
15 love.
It's a nice ratio, 2-to-1. Good length, and against an opponent that takes a big cut at the ball, as Wawrinka does.
30
Get the ball
love.
nice and deep, and opponent
Mr.
doesn't back
Wawrinka
off,
has
then
two
he
challenges
is going
remaining.
to find it a little more difficult to time the ball well.
Thirteen, 15.
Creates a power angle like this. It's almost a perfect spot where that one bounced to, right where the service line meets the inside of the alley.
Sergio. Replay.
Challenge.
It's an overall from Mohamed Leoni.
Change the call, right baseline, ball is called in.
And he just double-checked as to whether
Tough for
Berdych
baseline is tough to tell.
wanted a challenge, and he did. And it was a half volley.
Replay point.
It's frustrating for Wawrinka, even though he gets the call and they get a do-over. That's a deep shot, tough one for Berdych, and he dealt with the first serve well there initially.
Mr. Berdych has one challenge remaining.
It's a big serve, and that's why Wawrinka will be frustrated, because he got the first serve back on the previous point, and he was in the rally.
40-30.
There's that lovely little angle that he creates. He drops that ball nice and short, just inside the singles service line, and the single sideline works well.
Deuce.
Oh, so much work on the ball. And again, we showed you a little earlier how often he's using that backhand cross-court, that raking backhand cross-court almost 80% of the time. It's an aggressive shot to a safe spot.
Wawrinka changed the call.
Surprised he's allowed to challenge.
It was,
Ball is
he
called
played
in
a
the
shot,
net.
didn't he, and
It was
missed
in
it.
the net, and then he said challenge.
Yeah. Had that gone over, he wouldn't have challenged. So Mohamed's let him off there. He wanted his cake and wanted to eat it there too.
Advantage, Berdych.
Wawrinka gave the linesman a little nudge
That
there
one
as well,
looks
didn't
out
he?
from here.
Deuce. Mr. Wawrinka has one challenge remaining.
Mr. Mohamed Layani, one of 4 umpires invited to work at the World Tour Finals. The other 3, of course, are Damien Steiner, Carlos Bernardes, and
Berdych.
Murier.
Berdych.
Yeah, that time Wawrinka didn't do enough when he went down the line. And it was way too central. And as a result, Berdych was able to dictate play thereafter.
15 love.
That's the perfect start. It's such a wonderful serve and a great example to us all. Just 115 miles an hour. We can all hit the ball at that pace. But can we hit it as accurately off the same ball toss as Wawrinka did there? It's always been Federer's great strength. The ability to hit all 4 corners of both service boxes with the same ball toss, making it impossible for opponents to read. I mean, those 2 serves there were a fine example of just that.
Out. 13-15.
Very difficult for Berdych to return Wawrinka's first serve to depth.
And 14-15. Okay. Wawrinka.
So superb serving. It's good tennis. It's always advantageous to draw Berdych wide of that single sideline.
Look at really the match it was.
Tom, the Barclays is blinking.
Yeah, Wawrinka's not happy because there's a slight problem
Lasse,
with
can
the
you
sponsor
ask if
board,
you
which
see
is
the Barclays and Mercedes is
electronic
blinking?
switch.
Please get.
It's a little
15
cheap.
on. $13-15.
Ball good. Can you get the white paper? Ball good.
Mohamed's cracking the whip.
14-15. Okay, Berdych.
5-6. That's a shot that's worked well for him so far today. Again, just a little tighter, given the circumstances.
Love 15.
A little tougher to execute.
This is world feed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Once again on a big point. Thomas not able to return back and play. A couple of times, tail end of the opening set, he had a chance to get back on serve.
That's better length, and I think when you talk about matching up Berdych's game with the very best in the world, your Djokovic's, your Nadal's, your Murray's, he doesn't return as well. There's no question about that. An area of his game that perhaps could still be improved, and it would really help his cause against the best in the world. It's been a ragged set of tennis.
14-13.
He's still in there with a shout. That's the good news, but a lot of random errors.
Yep.
That's brilliant. Absolutely sensational from Wawrinka there. Tie-break time. Good start.
One zero Berdych.
It's good depth. Choosing precisely the right moment to change things up. Hit into the opposite corner.
2-0. Berdych.
He's just missed that.
There's a lot of backhands up the line today. Just not having the necessary feel.
Situation for Berdych to find himself in here. 3-love lead, 2 serves to come.
Berdych.
Wheels have really come off now for Wawrinka. Lost his belief in being able to turn this tiebreak around. That's his thoughts now.
Berdych.
Turning towards the deciding set. You can sense the frustration, but more than that, the disappointment at having performed so poorly when it really mattered in this break.
Berdych.
Set point. Got to be delighted with the quality of his tennis in the tiebreak. It was a cagey set of tennis.
Wawrinka.
That's good starts. Just got to get back to basics now. And I think just be a little more aggressive in the early stages. This deciding set. Assert himself.
2 games.
Yes,
2 games.
because that's what he did so well in the opening set, so wasn't it? In the third. Of course, so that's been a battle within this war. Who can gain the ascendancy and the point? Berdych has been able to step up a little bit more in the second set, bully the rallies, bully Wawrinka.
And especially when he's got more first serves in. That was the problem for Berdych initially, if you weren't with us. He served very poorly in the opening set, only made 39% of his first serves. That's 9 of 23. So that allowed Wawrinka to step up the court, take the ball on when he kept getting looks at Berdych's second serve. course, Berdych made almost 60% of his first serves in that second set. That allows him to implement a more aggressive game start.
Thirteen, 15.
And Stan loved every minute of it. What an angle that was initially from Thomas to stay in the rally. But there's Old Faithful. We haven't seen him a whole lot today.
30 on.
He's just reared his beautiful head.
Look at the court position, well inside the baseline. So when you take the ball a little earlier, you can be a little more aggressive and you take additional time away from your opponent.
40-30.
That's a lovely response. Problems with his second serve early on in the match. At least that's a good fault. It's gone deep as opposed to just falling into the net. That was the problem for Berdych initially. Just got a little tired there, didn't he?
Advantage, Berdych.
Of course, Magnus Norman played in one of the season-ending finales back in 2000. Didn't win any matches on that occasion. Had a tough group. I think it was Agassi, Kafelnikov were in his group. He's never played his best tennis indoors. Outdoors on clay was Norman's favourite surface. Better. And of course, sorry, the other player that was in Norman's group was Gustavo Kuerten.
Don't forget Guga.
It's a tough group, that man. Agassi, Kafelnikov and Kuerten. Of course, indoor hard courts. That was in 2000. They played, of course, in Lisbon.
Well, no chance there at all for Berdych. You just don't have the time to make the necessary adjustments.
And he's been so good coming in today. He had this one covered. Good Thomas. Leaning to his left. Would have been a tough volley.
Advantage, Wawrinka.
It's the first point that the Berdych has lost when coming into the net in the match so far.
His break point for Wawrinka. And that is a huge serve, especially given the circumstances.
Deuce.
Back-to-back aces, you can't argue with that. It's quality tennis.
Advantage, Berdych.
Challenge. He thinks he's missed. He's already passing the balls down.
Left for sideline, ball is called in.
I thought he did it well initially. Yeah, that was a lovely shot. Got down nice and low again, brushing off the back of the ball. I think the cross-court backhand has worked a little better than the one down the line today.
Deuce.
Of course, it is a higher percentage play. Caught it into the low part of the net. Serving big now.
Advantage, Berdych. Game.
Well, that's undoubtedly his best service game of the match. Fantastic response to adversity there.
One game on.
One apiece.
Get the ball, please. Seats quickly, please. Thank you. $15 love. Out. 15 all.
How many I have there? Balls down, please. Balls. Ball good.
Players do like a selection of balls. They try and find the newest to serve
please,
with.
here. Yeah. Four is okay. No, this is one more.
Great serve. So short at that single side. And that's the key with a slice serve, because if you hit it deep, it's right into the hitting zone for your opponent. So if you're practicing that serve, you're trying to learn it, trying to understand what makes it effective. You've got to try and drop it as short as possible. Create more of an angle as a result.
Get the ball, please.
Both guys are upping it as far as the service department is concerned. 11 apiece.
Game, Wawrinka. New balls, please.
Well,
15 love. Box. Fifteen all. Left for service. Box. Fifteen, 30.
it's a very good second serve.
Left for service.
Well, having done the hard work with the feet, having elected to hit a forehand, he had the angle to work with. Maybe frustrated he wasn't able to just direct it a little better.
Deuce.
That's huge serve. He's serving a lot more aggressively now. He's making more first serves. It's getting him out of trouble on a regular basis.
Advantage, Berdych. Deuce. Advantage. Wawrinka.
Double faults have been a problem for Berdych. What can Wawrinka do here? It's good tennis from Wawrinka. Moving Berdych from side to side, yet not so. It's such an important service game, this. Hence the call to arms there. First point.
$15 love.
Striking the ball well now, and with purpose.
I like the adjustment steps.
30 love.
Looks long, yeah. It looks long from here. From here it looks long.
Mr. Wawrinka changes the call. Right service line. Ball is called out.
This is interesting because I thought it should be Stan's point. The call came a little late.
Well, this is Mohammed's call now, isn't it?
First service.
No, he's not giving it to Wawrinka, and there's no real argument from Stan. Has Mohammed got the fake tan on there? He's looking a bit orange.
It's got to be the lighting. Surely not. Surely not. Good shot selection. It's amazing when you get confident how you always seem to make the right decisions.
14 love.
Inside out, Berdych was there.
It's exquisite feel. Playing some of his best tennis of the match now, Wawrinka. And he's just 2 games up here.
Put a foot on Kenny. Knows Thomas likes to hook that forehand cross court, anticipated it. Done his pre-match homework.
That time there was just enough on it to draw the error.
15 all. 30-15. Third shot. Forty, 30. Okay. Berdych.
Got to keep reminding himself it's just the one break of serve.
Fifteen love. Thirteen love. Out.
Yeah, just a little too deep.
Fourteen love.
It's good serving. It's keeping Berdych guessing all the time with both his first and his second serve now. And it's Wawrinka who's moved with it. Here's Berdych serving to stay in the match. 2-5, third set.
Fifteen love.
He's had no problem when that first serve's gone in this deciding set. He's won 14 of 17 points. But he's really struggled when he's missed that first serve. He's only won 3 of 14 points when he's been down to his second.
30 love.
And that's been a problem for him throughout the course of the match. Remember in the opening set, problem stemmed from not making enough first serves.
Yeah. Fourteen love.
just smothered that one a little bit.
14-15.
That's a good serve.
Berdych.
It's always difficult to try and return a ball coming straight at you.
Fifteen love.
Well, it was a chance, wasn't it, for Wawrinka? I didn't think initially Berdych had done enough with the volley.
Especially given it was Old Faithful at backhand. Expects to make that more often than not.
Fifteen all.
Superb tennis. Started the rally off beautifully with another wonderful second serve.
He's defended that second serve so well in this deciding set. He's only lost 1 point.
2 points away now.
Thirty all. Left for service.
It's always interesting when that happens for me. Just had a big serve, the guy's made the return on a good first serve, but it's been a let. So what happens now? What's going through your mind? It was a big serve, 144 miles per hour. Not even bigger.
Again, it's a good quality second serve. I wasn't sure what happened on the first serve. It pretty much missed the baseline, didn't it? But got away with it again by doing just into return. Here's Wawrinka. Match point. That'll do it. Making his debut at these championships, and Wawrinka gets off to the best possible start. He's beaten 6-7, 6-3.